What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. As we know, there was a situation in Mexico with 4 black Americans that were there. One lady was trying to get a tummy tuck surgery, and she was with 3 of the friends, and unfortunately 2 of them were shot and killed by the Mexico cartel. And of course, many Americans are on standby, afraid to go to Mexico because of what has happened with this terrible ordeal. And now you have another lady who is coming forth talking about her extortion experience. And this is a lady by the name of Chameleon. Now, Chameleon is a rapper, okay? And she was recently in Mexico. And, well, here is the footage of her going through a group of men claiming to be Mexican police, but really a part of the cartel. Play that clip.
Drugs in there, sir. Pesos? That's all. $1,500? OMG. That's my. I don't have any drugs, so I can give you what I have. I don't have any. That's crazy. They're trying to hustle us. We ain't got no drugs in the car, and they trying to make us pay $1,500. I'm not.
Now, guys, she wrote here this is footage of me and my crew in Mexico. The cartel pulled us over, saw money in our bags, and tried to collect money, or they said they're taking us away. They took $1,500 from the stylist and asked for his arrest. I hid mine, but they kept asking for more. Scary stuff. Seeing the tragedies unfold in the media when I came back of people being killed, I felt so blessed. I'm never going to Mexico again. Literally my worst trip ever. Police cartel is different. It's crazy. I was told they're associated with the cartel and kidnap tourists and extort money. Right? So, you know, let me just say this, because I want to talk about what I hear about a lot of blacks going to Mexico or Dominican Republic or Brazil or Colombia, these Latin American countries. In Colombia, we have so many black men that are going there. I've heard some black men say some terrible things about going to Africa. They're not going to Africa for whatever reason. They're going over to Colombia, right? And I'm not saying that Colombia is not a nice place or anything, but then you see all these brothers that are there that have some of these horrific stories of them being drugged, right? I just don't get it. I see them getting drugged and everything like that, suffering, losing their money, everything like that. Terrible things happening. Then you go and see what's happening in the DR. The DR, a lot of black men love the DR. Black women love the DR. Then when you hear that, you know, if something bad happens to a Dominican, all of the Dominicans gather and then turn on the American. And then you got to pay, even though it's not your fault. You go to Mexico. Mexico is supposed to be cool. Then in Mexico, you have, in certain areas, the cartel pretending to be cops. And then blacks having a mistaken identity, and then, you know, running the reality of being killed or being shot or anything like that happening, right? This is what's happening there, okay? Now, I'm not telling nobody where to go or what to do. But at one point, do we stop like bigging up these countries that, you know, do these things? And then at the same time, whenever something happened in Africa, you guys start hating. I literally just don't get it. You know, we'll go right to Mexico because it's so close. literally people just get shot and killed. And then, whenever it's about, let's say going to somewhere where that's even black, Jamaica, Trinidad, I never hear blacks talking about that. I always hear blacks talking about going to these different places. And then when they have these terrible experiences, they be quiet. But anything happen in Ghana or in Africa, then you start seeing all these terrible videos. Oh my God, they did this and they did that. I've never heard, for the most part, of black Americans, and let me know if I'm wrong, getting extorted like by the police for $1,500 in Africa. Now they might have asked you for like $2, but $1,500, I just don't see it. Haven't heard it. Okay? And the reality is that, when folks see you in these other places, DR, Colombia, even in certain aspects of black America, do they really look at you as being American? Is that necessarily such a privilege? Because like, if you're in the DR and something happens, they immediately gang up on you and it's your fault. I just don't get that. How is that your fault? Or if you're in Mexico, the cartel, and again, I know that countries that can be corrupt, but the cartel can say, oh, you know what? Those people don't look black American. They like Haitians. They're Haitian drug lords. Then, okay, oops, we're sorry that we killed those people. Here's what's happening. But let some African Americans kill Hispanics. Oh, look, you already know it's going to be trouble in the street. Hispanics will never accept. You know what? We thought y'all were Dominicans. Sorry about that. We thought you were Puerto Ricans. We thought you were Hondurans. Hispanics would never accept that. They would tear anything down before they accept that. But you know what? Here goes some people that killed you Americans on accident. Let you guys do that in America. Let a black gang kill any Hispanics, and you see how Hispanics will turn that community upside down. You will wish you never even thought about shooting a gun at a Hispanic person. And we all know it too. We all know what the repercussions be because they outnumber us now. So this is what this is why blacks got to start to really come together. Right? I know brothers is like, man, I ain't trying to be that African thing or whatever. Look, you can say what you want to say. But when you over there in these different places, they're not looking at you as a black American. You being looked at as a lick. In Mexico, mistaken identities, Colombia, drugging people. I've never heard of nobody doing that in Africa. Nobody drugging somebody and taking their money. Never. As corrupt as Africa can be, never. And this is exactly why we keep learning. When we spend our money in these places, it don't even benefit us as a group. That's why we'd be better off working together as a community. And I'm talking about a global black community, because we're seeing the writing on the wall. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.